Wait, stop scrolling, because in just a minute you're going to see what happens when Lindsay discovers something new and throws herself right into it. Don't go anywhere.
Stay tuned. Hi, and welcome to the ArtsFam podcast.
The only show of its kind that spotlights the arts and entertainment, and tonight we should add sports, world in Southern Maryland.
We're your hosts, Lindsay Pomerank and James Lepore.
That is true. I looked it up on the internet, and yep, she's right.
And every week we bring you an engaging interview with a brand new local guest that's part of the arts or entertainment scene right here in Southern Maryland. As you're always saying, James.
There is more to do here in Southern Maryland than you have time to do.
I know.
And isn't that true?
That's right. Oh my goodness. Speaking of, we have our guests here.
From a whole new world.
Yeah, a whole new world, guys. Without further ado, we have two of the Derby Dames in the house. Hi, ladies.
Hi there.
Hey. All right. So you guys have some very unique names, as is traditional in roller derby. So please introduce yourselves.
I'm Arl Fetish. I'm Kay Slice.
We should say that last night was our introduction to roller derby. We got a chance to sit in on one of their practices.
Maybe you were sitting.
I was sitting. Lindsay
I wasn't sitting.
was being physical. So
yeah, I was in full roller derby gear.
yeah,
and banged myself up pretty good.
but I'm sure she'll splice in certain little scenes of that right in this episode, because you're going to want to watch to the end so you don't miss any of this fun.
Okay, guys. I am here at the Charles County Fairgrounds with the Derby Dames. All right. About to learn how to do roller derby. I've never done this before. I haven't skated in 7 years. So here we go. I am here with the lovely
Emma Fist.
Okay, Emma Fist, what is your experience with roller derby?
I actually started 2 years now. Really?
Okay.
So only about 2 years.
Right on.
Post-COVID, I was looking for more friends, and I had a friend who was doing roller derby, and she invited me to an open house. I had no actually inkling to want to join derby whatsoever.
Okay.
But I showed up, and it was a group of diverse women who were very encouraging to each other.
All right.
Yeah.
Right
and that's
on.
how I got into it.
Right on. All right. Well, I'm here. I'll let you in on it. I'm here because I hear that we can let out a little bit of rage.
We can safely.
Safely.
Safely?
Yes.
You want to hit your friends, you don't want to hurt your friends.
Right. Okay. I love that. I know. I was a little hyperbolic, guys, when we talked about their game a few weeks ago.
Still
Like, punch them out. Like, I know you can't actually punch them out, but that's me. So, okay. So teach me the basics.
We need to get you in derby stance.
Okay.
So you need to bend your knees a little.
All right. Knees bent.
You want to build your chest up and out.
Chest up and out.
Head up.
Head
Because
up.
if you're looking down, you're going to fall down.
Right on. Yeah.
Okay. And then you're keeping your knees bent. You should be able to touch your knee pads.
Okay.
So that's good.
Oh, yeah.
Right there.
Mhm.
So that's derby stance.
Okay.
You're rolling.
All right. Yep. We're just gonna sit here while you continue to explain.
I mean, that is
Okay.
number one. That is the safest position for you. Your
Okay.
center of gravity is a little bit lower.
Right on.
You're in a good position. If you're falling, you're going to fall forward. So you're going to land on your knees and your
Okay.
wrist guards that are going to protect you.
Knees, wrist guards. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
You know, we fall a lot. We fall a lot on purpose. We fall a lot not on purpose, but
Yes.
we want to fall safely because we do it so much, right?
All right. Yeah. So, guys, James did not have the camera rolling yet when this happened. I thought, let me take a little jaunty skate around the green ring. That proved to be not a smart decision. And I fell just bam. Hadn't fallen that hard in a very long time. Gonna feel that one tomorrow, but it's
Right.
okay.
Absolutely. So
Okay.
basic things is you need to be able to kind of step back and forth.
Step back and forth.
So get your feet a little closer together. You're a little too far apart. Stay in your
Yep.
derby stance. All right, step. 1, 2, 1, 2. There you go. Little quick feet there.
And where do my arms go?
You want to keep your arms in
Okay.
and kind of keep your money in your bra. You want to hold. You got
okay.
your paycheck in there. You got to hold
Right
it
on,
in there.
right
Don't
on.
let anybody take it.
I
Okay.
can remember that. All right. That was me in high school. Just everything. Okay.
Right. So hold on to
All
it.
right.
All right.
So.
Are we gonna go forward? Do you want to go forward? What do you want to do here?
Okay. We'll go forward.
So if you're going, yep.
Oh, yep.
There you go. Keep it low. Keep it slow.
Ooh, laughing is not helping this.
All right. Now to stop,
Oh, yep.
you're gonna aim your toes towards each other.
Towards each other. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
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 and don't go back. Don't push them out. Take side steps.
Side
Okay,
steps. Okay. So,
Side steps. You know you're. There you
Okay.
go. I know. Step sideways. There you go. Take a couple steps that way. Couple steps the other way.
oh Lord. All right. Whew, you can do it. Okay, you can do it, Lindsay.
You could do it. You got it.
Money in the bra.
You're spinning a little. It's all right.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
You got it.
Yep. You're having a great time over
All
there,
right.
James, aren't you?
Can
Just
you?
sit behind your little camera.
If you feel like you're gonna fall down,
Okay.
you put a knee down.
Put a knee down.
Really, you just want to do knees.
Just knees.
These are just if you know,
Okay.
because we don't want you to end up flat on your belly.
Okay. Yeah.
Like
okay.
you're just gonna take a knee.
Okay.
Perfect. That is perfect. That is how we want you to fall. You're not gonna get run over.
Yeah.
No one's gonna run into you because you're in your little space. That is a good fall.
All right. Okay. All right. And then I was told how I get up.
Yep.
We're on one knee. Right
Forearm
here.
on your
Alright.
like. Yep.
And
Yep.
that's right. We don't want to get our fingers ran over, y'all. Okay. And then we get up.
There you go.
Whew, y'all, this is my first workout in 3 months. Maybe try this out. See if any of the strategies you taught me pay off, or if I can implement them.
If you stay low and kind of go around,
Yeah.
stay low. And remember,
All
if you fall forward, not
Yeah.
Back.
Yep. Learn my lessons on that one. All right. All right, guys. Wish me luck. All right.
stay low, money in your bra. There you go. There you go. Push off a little bit. You got it. Nice little small steps for now. Keep going.
This was so much easier when I was
Yeah, I don't
younger.
know.
Look at that, guys. The Derby dames are cheering me on.
ArtsFam.
Woo! Money in the bra. Okay. Woo!
Chest up, knees bent.
Woo! All right. Woo! Nope.
Hey.
All right, guys.
Getting up off the ground.
I only went around one time.
Look, she fell on her knee. Yeah. Yay! You fell on your knee.
I'm dying.
We did.
Y'all, I don't consider myself out of shape.
Much movement, but explain.
Well, I don't
like,
say
had her
I have
just fall
bad
on her
balance,
knees,
but
just her
this-
knees, and she landed.
Whoo! I have a newfound respect for these ladies. I hear they have a boot camp in October. Well, they'll teach you everything, including how to skate. So,
Yes.
I think next they're gonna take the skates off and they're gonna try to do some they're called sneaker derby. Sounds more my speed. Woo! I am here with Mo. He is going to teach me how to do. Is it about
It
a
can be
jam?
About game. It's all the same thing, but
Okay.
I will explain a jam.
Okay.
So a jam is essentially, think of it as a round. So
Alright.
you have multiple rounds. There's no set number of rounds. It's whatever we can fit within 30 minutes. When we start off, we want to make sure no wheels or skates are touching that green line.
Okay.
And then when he says, he'll blow the whistle to start the jam. And then you'll notice two particular people just ran through.
Okay.
They are what is known as the jammers, which is designated by the star on their helmet.
Okay.
They're essentially the ones who score the points.
Okay.
I'll explain what the cut is in just a moment.
Okay.
So typically they have to pass skaters or anyone who doesn't have a star on their head to obtain points.
Right on. Right on. All right. Okay.
Oh, you'll be fine.
Okay.
You're blocking yellow star.
Mhm.
Yellow's not your friend.
All right. What do I do with this girl?
You're allowed to hit her.
Okay.
Just be careful which direction you hit her in.
Because if you hit backwards and she moves backwards, there's a penalty on you. She's
Oh.
Yep, I didn't explain that part. There's a
Okay.
whole
There's a
slew
lot.
of
There's a lot.
rules and
Oh,
stuff that
okay.
you can and
Okay.
cannot do.
All right.
Yeah, just stay right here. I'm over here. Just
Pack is here.
Come, so we're gonna so
She
we're
stepped
gonna
out.
go good.
Back in. She gone.
Okay.
Pack in the rear.
So now we're gonna
She's
help our
down.
jammer get out. So I'm just gonna come back like this. Okay.
There we go.
Blue people together.
Good.
No, just stay right here. Stay right here. Stay right here.
She's good.
Good.
Okay.
Okay. Here.
Woo!
There we go.
I'm stuck. Okay, good. I was like, I am stuck.
Okay. All right.
You survived.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
In sneakers. All right. Okay.
Yep.
jamming.
Yeah.
Um,
So that means
Okay.
you take the helmet cover.
Okay.
You take the panty and put it on.
all right.
The stars want to face out this way.
Okay.
Yep, don't put it inside out.
There you
The
go.
star always has to be
Perfect.
visible.
Now, when you start, you have to be behind this green line, and you're looking for blue.
Red,
Friend.
blue.
And
Stay away
just
from
don't hit
yellow.
anybody like this, and
Yeah.
you're good to go. Okay?
Okay.
You can use shoulders and hips. Follow me on the inside, Go, go, go.
Ah, it's good. Oh, whoa. Oh,
Okay,
oh. Mm, you can't do that. No. Get out. Not like. Technically, you've actually got enough penalties to almost foul out.
Right on. Good times.
So, you've got to remain in bounds. If you're ever by
Oh,
any
right.
circumstance hit out or you happen to step out and you end up in front of another person of opposing color,
Okay.
you cut the track. You went out of bounds. You
Okay.
can typically get a penalty, and then you go to what is known as the penalty box match. And
Okay.
you would sit there for 30 seconds per penalty.
Right on.
Yeah, it's a lot of rules, but those are the more common ones.
Okay. Cool. Good to know.
And you broke about 5 of them.
I figured as much.
And you're only allowed 7 penalties before you were considered fouling out.
Oh, goodness.
So meaning, yeah, in that one jam, you were on the verge of fouling out.
Oh, goodness. All right. Well, I guess I need to brush up still then. I feel like once you get to know them, then they probably become like second
Oh,
nature.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So,
Certainly.
whew, okay. Well, y'all have thoroughly worn me out.
What? You've only
Uh,
done like 2 jams.
I know. I haven't worked out in 3 months
Well,
between surgery and strep throat. So,
fair point.
here we
Fair
are.
point. That is fair.
This is fabulous. This is everything, and it's been so cool. So cool to work with you and these ladies, and it's like, I love just the feminine energy and then the feminist energy. You know what I'm saying? It's everything.
Oh, yes.
All right, well, thanks so much, Mo.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for coming out.
Everything, absolutely.
But I mean, up till yesterday, we knew. Well, you knew precious little about roller derby. I knew
Yeah.
nothing about roller derby.
Yeah, I done a little research online. That's about it. Hence why, when we first did you guys' event, I referenced you guys punching each other out
Yeah.
because that's how little I knew. So, anyways,
So we follow a rule set called Women's Flat Track Roller Derby Association,
Mhm.
and that means we can skate on any surface that's flat, and you just put a track down. And I think that came around like 2006, 2005.
Mhm.
And what we do is almost every major city has a couple teams or one team or even small towns.
Mhm.
They can do it on a gym floor. They can do it at the local skating rink. And you just get a bunch of people together, and you don't get a lot of money. So trying to rent spaces is very expensive.
yeah.
And we need a big space.
Yes, we need a big space,
Yeah.
especially if we want to have spectators. So that's why we're really lucky that Charles County Fairgrounds let us use the whole building, and that we can actually have spectators, and it's a very nice place to stay.
Oh, it was
Yeah,
really
I mean,
nice,
and
yeah.
it was huge in there.
Mhm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I can just imagine when that place is filled with spectators,
Yes.
the
Yep.
energy just like
Yes.
coursing through there. Roller derby is essentially the feminist antithesis of traditional male-dominated sports. What in particular separates it from those?
It is about empowering women. We'll just say that.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely empowering.
Well, you felt very empowered last night, didn't you, Lindsay?
I did.
Like
feel
you do
very
feel
empowered.
good.
It was like a
after you
side
hit
of Lindsay
somebody.
I'd never seen before. She's like, "Argh!" But now that today you're hurting a little bit too, right? So
yeah,
has that, changed your mind at all about
No.
maybe
No, it has
joining
not.
this?
no, it is not, James.
Okay.
I'm still going to the boot camp
Right.
that they're doing.
We
in
didn't talk about
October.
boot camp yet, but she's going.
Yeah.
She's gonna be a roller
I'm
derby
going.
queen. Yep.
Because it's good to try new things in life.
Mhm.
And I'm a little sore today, but sleep and heating pads, and you feel better.
I just want to make sure I'm not saying anything that's gonna get me punched out at the next game.
No.
We do like to come
I
off
like
the
to
track.
try to avoid that where possible.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think we come off the track and punch our spectators, so I think we're fine.
No.
Oh, okay, what a relief.
We might get pushed into a little bit sometimes. The spectators
is
are
hap-
right there.
That has happened.
Oh,
Gotcha.
it has.
So it has happened.
People sit on the lines.
Oh.
Like you're supposed, you gotta stay.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
far
Rex
back
told me last
when
night,
you're
you
going
stay on this
fast.
side of the green line, and I was very careful not to trespass.
Yeah,
Oh,
don't cross those
geez.
lines.
Now,
'cause
I'm
it
dying-
has happened.
I am dying to know how each of you got started in roller derby.
Yeah.
I took artistic skating lessons at the Wheel a While in Waldorf, which is now Princess Furniture.
Artistic skating.
Okay.
So artistic skating, that would be like figure skating but on quads, because we didn't have ice skating
Right.
in this area until I was
Okay.
about in high school. My mom signed me up for group lessons. My mom actually was the one that got me into skating. Her and I would skate on occasion. I had my little Fisher Price skate. Yeah, those
I
are
think
great.
everybody had those.
Yeah, I think I had the same.
Yep.
I can like see it in my mind right
Yeah, well,
now.
that's what his skates are.
I
They're
still
little
use them.
Fisher Price.
Oh.
Yeah. So I took lessons for a couple of years, and of course, on and off throughout my life, I skated, ice skated. I was at the fair with my now husband. We were dating at the time, and they had a table set up. And Eddie Kruger was like, "You want to join roller derby?" And I was like, "Yes, I've been wanting to do it since I was in high school, but there's no teams in this area."
Yeah.
And I was like, "How do you do roller derby?" And I was like, "Well, where do you play?" And she's like, "Here." And she's like, on a grassy patch, and I was like, "Right there in that grass." And she's like, "No, no, no." I'm like, and we were at the sheep barn at that point.
Okay.
The sheep barn smells like sheep.
Oh,
Hmm.
good time.
Yeah.
There's
Good
no
time.
heat in there in the winter.
Ooh.
I was in the first official boot camp, so they had an info night. A lot of us showed up for the info night to learn about roller derby. They had a pretty good number, maybe like 10 people at the time.
Mhm.
They gave us information about it, and then I started boot camp.
Now it's time for your story.
They also got me at the Charles County Fair.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
I am detecting a pattern here,
I
you know.
am, yeah.
I honestly did not know what roller derby was.
Right.
Just
Like
when I
most
was
people.
a kid
Mm.
in the 90s, I would rollerblade around with my friends
Yeah.
at the local roller rink. My grandma used to take me ice skating all the time. So when they're like, "Do you know how to skate?" And I was like, "I did when I was 10."
Yeah.
So how hard can it be? Knowing nothing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I showed up, and I don't quit things, so I'm still here. But I will
Cool.
say it took me a while. I did the boot camp 3 times
Okay.
because the first time I was just 2 in my head. But I was still a part of the team. I was a non-skating official.
Mhm.
Okay.
So I got to run the penalty box, do scorekeeping. I was still a member of the team while I was
Yeah.
still working on my skating ability.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we do have positions open if anybody would like to join.
Well,
That's
now
great.
considering you both kind of started in the same way, is it normal that they're always recruiting for new skaters and therefore they set up tables and
Yeah.
try to
We are.
Get you there.
Every year in October, we do have a boot camp session.
Mhm.
And
that's for all the new
That-
players?
so that's
like
for
Lindsay?
level 1.
Yeah.
Brand new. Even if you've skated before, you have to go through to learn all the safety
Yeah.
and things like the first thing we teach you is how to
Mhm.
correctly fall down. That's the first thing
Yeah.
that we teach you.
Yeah.
And it starts in October. Around Thanksgiving, they take assessments.
Okay.
And then
Then they
holiday
come back
break.
in January after our break to do boot camp level 2,
Okay.
Mhm.
where you can start contact, you can start touching people.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
We all have a boot camp with a pretty decent group of people, and
Mhm.
maybe half will stay.
Oh,
Some
okay.
people realize either it doesn't work with their schedule
Yeah.
or they don't have childcare. Or
Yeah.
Some people don't
Yeah.
stick with it, but we have a pretty good group.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not making any commitments now. You know,
Oh, you
about
already
joining a
did, lady.
team, but I do want to go to the boot camp because I want.
Oh, that's the commitment. Yeah, that's the commitment you
I wanted
made.
to see
Yeah.
if it is a good fit for
Yeah.
me. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, so let's circle back to injuries because I definitely fell flat on my back
Yeah.
because I didn't listen to you guys telling me how to fall properly.
Fall forward.
Forward.
Because all your pads are forward.
Mm.
Yeah, I know that now. Um, so speaking of injuries, what are the most common injuries that you guys see?
And are there a lot of them?
I mean, well, we all get little bruises, but most of the time it's not from playing games, it's from your own teammates, from holding on to the
Yeah.
arms. If you saw us all
Okay,
holding on
yeah.
last night,
Mhm.
sometimes we grip too hard, we don't do our Barbie hands.
Mhm.
So you do get a lot of fingerprints. When you fall, you might get a black and blue if you fall on a skate wheel or something. But we have had people break some things. You want to take that part over?
Yeah. I will say a common break. It seems to always be the left fibula. When I fell, it was during the second boot camp. It was a freak accident, lost my balance, and fell over, but I saw my calf muscle twist. I got a spiral fracture up my fibula and I dislocated my foot. I had to have surgery, and I have a metal plate in my leg and a wire to keep my ankle back together.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and we've had other newer
We've had some
skaters.
concussions. A couple
Wow.
people have plates and bars and things.
Obviously, it requires, we saw last night, agility,
Mm.
strength, strategy. How do you prepare mentally and physically right before each bout?
I know for me personally, I know I get in my head, I psych myself out
Mhm.
a little bit too much. But when I go out in my first jam, I don't care if it's first jam of the game or just the first time I go out,
Mhm.
it's my first pancake because I know it's gonna be awful the first one. The nerves get to me, but that first pancake is always awful.
Yeah.
But by the second one, the nerves are out.
Yeah.
And I've either been on the bench. I'm kind of looking like, okay, I can do this. Stay away from that one or go for this.
This is the way you go skydiving too, isn't it?
I don't know. I won't do that.
Yeah, I got too much to lose.
Do you normally? Well, do you do other gutsy things that require a little bravery? I would say roller derby requires a
I
little
think so,
bravery.
yeah.
That's probably the bravest thing
I was
do.
afraid watching it. So
I do a lot of weird things.
There's
No,
that.
I go on trips. I did take a trip to South Africa and took a random midnight safari with some guy and his kid.
Oh.
that's an
and I was
amazing
like-
story.
I know
If you
that-
want to have a whole episode all about that, just send an email to lindsay@theartsfam.com and we'll make it happen. That's
So
gonna
I
happen.
don't know. Derby probably is my scariest thing. I'm a teacher, so I see a lot, but Derby's
Oh, yeah.
probably the scariest thing that I do.
No, I'm trying to think of I've done, like I said, some crazy weird things.
No, I cried at a zip line, so no.
Well, while we're laughing, any fun or funny experiences or stories that you can tell?
We're always laughing at practice. Of
I noticed that.
something.
That was great. Yeah.
Sometimes it's even just the way somebody falls. Sometimes we'll see it on the track. It looks like it's happening in slow motion,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll just laugh at it.
Well, I don't know if this will have to be edited out, but we have a lot of moms on the team. And if they fall the wrong way,
Yeah.
there's, I peed myself. And like, there have been quite a couple accidents. And it's not just our league. I know that there's multiple leagues that people will talk about this. They'll be like, I just peed. I'll be right back. And you're like, okay. But that's
Seems perfectly normal to me. I don't know.
I mean, it's funny because you don't think about these things until it happens, and they're just be like sitting on the floor going, I mean,
I just learned a good way to make Lindsay laugh, though. Discuss urination of any
Yeah.
kind, and she'll get going.
Well, here's the thing: is when you have children, your body changes, and you don't think about these things until you've had kids.
Exactly.
And,
And
you're
I'm
just
like,
"Woohoo."
I understand the concept. I'm sorry. Sorry, Mom.
Okay, so let's.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we try to have fun. Like, even last night, we were waiting for so few of us to start dancing on the track. You'll see that in a real bout when there's like official review
Mhm.
of something and it's a long
Dance
like,
party.
timeout. People will start dancing on the track.
I did notice last night that
We did some
despite
ballerina
despite
moves.
the hard contact
Yeah.
and things, there was a lot of levity and laughing, and
absolutely,
the
yeah.
mood was light. I don't know what it's like when you've got an opposing
No, we're
opposing
still
team
friends.
there.
No, we're still nice to even the other teams. Nobody wants to be a jerk.
Yeah.
I mean, so you
Yeah.
could say overall, there's no other teams that come in that have a reputation. Maybe they're nasty or anything like that.
Yeah. It's one of those things you don't carry grudges, and they're early on you learn you don't retaliate. If somebody comes and hits the crap out of you, then you don't just come and okay, we do retaliate sometimes like that. But you know, that girl hit me hard, so I'm gonna go after her later. But
Yeah.
And once the game's over, that's it. We're done. Will have an after party with both teams
drink
together,
some beer and we're good.
Oh,
and
Yeah.
we'll hang out. So
you
Have
do
fun.
that after
It's
every
great.
game?
Usually.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
usually.
That's really nice.
That
That's
is
cool.
really
And if you want to
fun.
go to away games, they invite us out after. We leave it all out on the track.
You go to other states. That was another thing I learned. I had
Mhm.
no idea that
Wow.
you travel to other states for matches.
Oh, wow.
and-
We try to do a 3-hour radius. In May, we're going to Virginia. Last year, we went to Pennsylvania a couple times.
Mhm.
We play against Southern Delaware.
Good.
Okay, so we've talked about the funny. What has been the most meaningful interaction that you guys have had throughout the roller derby experience?
I like mentoring people.
Okay.
I don't know if I consider myself a good mentor,
Hmm.
but I try to make people comfortable. When we have new skaters, I tend to be like, don't feel like you're doing a terrible job. You're really new to this and it'll take you a while to get into it.
Yeah.
I try to make people want to be there. They want to
Mhm.
be there, but then of course you get in your head and you're
Yeah.
like, I'm bad at this. And it's like, no, you're not bad at this. We were all bad at this. I like to share experiences and knowledge with people. So this is a good for me to do, is to help
Yeah.
people.
I noticed last night when you fell too that everybody was just like jumping in to
Yeah.
keep your confidence up and everything.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
really very nice.
Yeah, well, and then even when I was hobbling around the circle,
Hmm.
I hear, yeah, you got this! And I was like, okay, thanks. And I looked back at the footage today and I was just like, oh man, I was looking rough. Those are some nice ladies.
Mhm.
Yeah, falling is not a failure. Anytime you fall, you can get your butt back up and start hitting us again. We
Yeah.
always tell people you're not failing. Just keep
There
going.
seems to be a lot of
Yeah.
camaraderie
Yeah.
among all the players. Do you all do that? You support each other, help each other along?
Yeah, definitely. We all lives outside of Derby.
Yeah.
So we'll try to support on things like that.
That's
too.
really great. I love that whole sisterhood aspect of it. And we could feel that when we walked in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's palpable and just absolute goals of how women should support each other in every aspect of life. So it's beautiful that you guys are encouraging that.
Nicely put. That was good.
Thanks.
Really good.
Are there any prerequisites that people should be aware of before going to join a derby team?
No. We accept everybody of every body size and
Okay.
every ability or
And
disability.
you don't have to be able to
Okay.
skate.
And you don't have to be able to
Okay.
skate.
You know, I
We
did
will
notice
teach you.
that last night too. That the members of the team, there really are a
Every-
vast
yeah.
array of
Everybody
body
look
sizes,
different.
shapes. You know, that's
Ages, all of it.
So-
And
Yeah.
also, like I said, gender identity.
Huh.
It's usually inclusive of that too. I actually have multiple sclerosis. We have some other people on the team that have other chronic pain disorders or chronic illnesses. It's one of those things. If you can do it, if you have the will to do it, there's always something you can do.
Does that help with these conditions, the physicality of
Yes.
roller derby?
I was just recently diagnosed, and a lot of people with different types of MS have balance disorders.
Mhm.
I have better balance on skates than I have off skates.
What?
Oh.
I'll walk into walls. That could also be ADHD, but I walk into walls, and then I'm just like, I'm roller skating. I'm usually staying upright. And
Hmm.
Crazy.
yeah, maybe being hit and falling over isn't good for you, but being active is usually good for most illnesses. I'm still trying to keep going as long as I can.
It seemed everybody had a
Mhm.
happy attitude. Everybody was in a
Yeah.
good mood
Yeah.
too. So do you leave your problems at the door?
You're supposed to, yes.
We're supposed to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
And
I
I
mean,
know
there'll
I've
always be
shown up,
people that
though.
just, you know.
In a bad mood, and I leave in a better mood.
Yeah.
So it does help.
Okay.
Well, yeah, and I will say my limited experience last night with it was I felt so invigorated afterwards. And you actually even noticed that. You're like, Lindsay, you just, I don't remember the words.
Oh,
how
you were just
worded
like
it.
bubbling over.
Yeah.
You couldn't contain yourself. It
Yeah,
was a-
and then on top of that, you walk outside the Charles County Fairgrounds at night, and there's stars everywhere in the sky. And
I love that part.
Oh,
when they
it is a
practice,
beautiful
'cause
place
I'm
to
not
go.
used to that.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, yeah.
So the first few times
Yeah.
I left practice, I would be like, wow. There are still nights I'm just like, wow, look at all the stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're riding high on endorphins.
Right.
So roller derby is known for its often colorful and creative stage names.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys were introduced, how did you guys come up with yours, and then what do they mean to you?
Well, one of my best friends back home used to call me Slice, Slicinator, Slicer, just all the variations of it. So I was like, I'm just gonna go with K-Slice.
You ate a lot of pizza, I guess, on Long Island. They
Of
called you
course,
Slice.
So-
Yeah,
always.
makes
Yeah.
sense.
All right, love
So-
that.
By that same token, they should call me Burger, but
Well, that could have been one too, but yes, I just go with K-Slice. But that friend hasn't called me that name since I've made it my derby name.
Aw.
Gotcha,
Oh,
gotcha.
Sad day.
Okay, mine is aural fetish. Aural as in the sound from your ears.
Oh.
The aura.
It should be A-U-R-E-L.
A-U-R-A-L.
A-L.
Okay.
Okay.
A-L. Aural fetish. So I'm a musician. My number is 440, which is
I didn't
the
say my number.
it's 440 hertz,
Hertz,
which is
yeah.
what the concert pitch of A, which is what an orchestra
Oh.
tunes to.
Mhm.
I'm a musician. I play clarinet. My undergrad bachelor's degrees in clarinet performance, and I still perform. I played Carnegie Hall twice.
Whoa.
And I've traveled to Southern Africa, Mexico, Puerto Rico, performing with a group. Yeah.
Wow.
Are you in roller derby before you actually
Yeah.
come up with your own name?
After you finish second boot camp,
A little superstition thing, like don't say it out loud
Yeah, until
beforehand
you
or
assess.
anything until
Yeah.
you pass your
Oh,
assessment.
okay. See, this is
okay.
what you need to know.
Well, yeah, because at first I was like, when do I get a name? But then I was like, I still have to see if it's a good fit.
yeah.
And you can
So-
change your name.
Yeah.
You're allowed
Oh,
to
you
change your
can?
name.
Okay,
Yes. We've
okay,
had
that's
some
good.
people change their name,
good.
and in the beginning you might try out like 2 to see what like flows better, because whatever your derby name, we're gonna shorten it on the track because
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
it's a mouthful, you can't get it all out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go by fet or fetish on the track because when people try to say aural, they don't say it correctly. So I'm like, just don't say it at all.
What is one misconception about roller derby that you would like to debunk?
Don't punch people.
Don't elbow anybody. No elbows, no punching.
Well, actually, since you brought it up, why don't we, for the sake of the people watching
Yeah.
this, why don't we talk about what you can have contact with, both giving and receiving? How does that work?
So you cannot use your forearm here.
Okay.
You're allowed to use elbow up. Can't think of what that part of our arm
Oh,
is
so
called.
like, sort of, yeah.
Like kind
you're-
of like back
Yeah.
'cause
Hitting
it's more
somebody with your-
shoulders,
yeah.
you can hit 'em with the shoulder, but once your
Okay.
arm goes out,
Right.
you get a penalty.
Oh, okay.
Anything in the front is legal. You can be hit anywhere here.
Okay.
Not our skunk stripe where your spine is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So but you can do the sides. Your sides are legal. Nothing below the knee. Am I missing? Oh, don't hit anyone in the face.
And the
Yeah.
back.
The thighs, you're good. You can even grab on if you're a blocker. We tend to hold each other on the thighs
Yeah.
sometimes.
You can't kick each other's skates. Don't
Okay.
kick each other. That's bad.
Lots of rules.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's
sounds
good
for your
though,
protection.
rightfully
Yeah.
so.
Yes.
Because was roller derby always that careful about the rules?
No.
Okay, so tell me.
Oh,
about
back in the
that.
1930s.
Yeah, back in the 1930s, it was just skating forward, and you went so fast. No, maybe not.
Right. Right, 'cause-
That's all they did. It just went fast.
Because that was
Um,
always my concept of roller derby, which hence why I was like,
Yeah.
punch each other out, because that's what.
That's what they did in the 70s.
Yeah.
And they would like throw chairs and then they'd throw each other and you
Oh,
see
nice.
people actually whip each other. And then in the 1990s, they had roller games
Okay.
and that was televised. It was a figure eight and they just did WWE
Mhm.
on roller skates.
Oh, geez.
And then the early 2000s was roller jam, which is they actually have ramps that they would jump over water
Whoa.
and they would it was a trip and it was
Wow.
totally just WWE. So that's the
don't
stereotypical.
sign me up for that.
No. And it's funny because like one of the really well-known roller derby guys, they call him Quadzilla. His name is Mo Sanders. He was a villain in roller jam. He was a speed skater and an aggressive inline skater before he went to roller jam, and that's why they put them on TV.
I'm sure every time period has certain things like the flamboyance of WWE, but it's kind of
Yeah.
sad though because seeing real roller derby the way it's supposed to be last night, it almost seems like it would cheapen it to go for the theatrics. It's a tough
Yeah.
sport, and I'm really impressed by
Yeah.
what you all can do.
Yeah.
And I was very impressed by Lindsay too, having the guts to put on the gear and get out there and not be, certainly not shy.
Oh, no. You tell me that I can, like, bam, into somebody. Yeah, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it.
Oh, so people want to know when your matches, games, bouts are. So where do they go to find out all this information?
We are really big on Facebook, just 301 Derby Dames.
Okay.
Our next home game is April 20th at the Charles County Fairgrounds.
Okay.
The doors open at 5.
Mhm.
The bout starts at 6. And before it, our juniors are going to put on a little demonstration because we do have a kids team, a junior team.
Oh, how cute.
This game is going to be a higher level game with our A level skaters.
Oh.
So
That's
it's
cool.
gonna be one that you definitely want to come see.
Yeah, I mean,
oh, my
ooh.
goodness.
And
I'm
tickets
feeling
are
a
only
little
$10.
trembling chills
I'm
here thinking about
excited,
this.
Yeah.
I believe every game this season we're having Let Us Be Frank sell their hot dogs and salads.
Oh, so there's
Ooh,
food.
hot dogs?
Yes.
I'm going. Okay.
That's great. Well,
This has been very exciting.
it has.
And including
yes.
last night. So
Absolutely.
check it out. Check it out. I mean, like I said, we didn't know anything about it, and it's fun. Go try it out. Look them up on Facebook. We want to thank you both
Yes.
for being here and
Thank you guys for
This
inviting
was-
us.
letting us
Yeah.
bombard
Thank
you
you
with
skating last
questions.
night.
And
Yeah.
This was so much fun and informative and debunked all of the preconceptions that we came into this with.
I feel better knowing the real scoop now, don't you, Linz? She's laughing again, and nobody mentioned urination. So I don't know. And this is why we have to edit things out of the show.
Well, that brings us to the end of this interview with the 301 Derby Dames. If going and learning about roller derby is not enough for you guys to do this week in Southern Maryland, we're going to have some more bonus events coming up next.
Lots of fun stuff to do.
Stay right there. Welcome back.
That was cool.
It
That-
was something.
That was a
I'll
trip.
tell you what. Yeah, I got some new experiences under my belt now. And what those ladies do. And as you guys saw, I was not very good at it, but I gave it my all.
Everybody's got to start somewhere. The amazing thing is, though, everybody's heard the term roller derby, but you don't really know exactly what's going on. And last night when we were at their practice and you got a chance to try, it's almost like somebody opened a window and we got to
Yeah.
see in this whole new culture almost.
Yeah.
Everybody was so nice.
Oh my gosh,
And
yes.
it's definitely, if you think it's like bam, 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 no, it's not that
No.
at all. It's very civilized. And you did great. I'm very
Well-
gutsy for you to just get out there and try.
Well,
I did
thank
not.
you.
So I'll do lots of other things, but skating, no, sorry, can't do that. We've got a lot more things to do, though, on top of roller derby. Shall we hit them with some?
We shall. Beginning on Saturday, March 23rd at the Rex, there's Rock the Rex featuring Shallow Deep. It says, come out for another night of local original bands from Southern Maryland.
Cool.
Featuring Shallow Deep, The Young Swains, Intentionally Blank, sometime last night and stripped. Doors open at 6 p.m.
I would love to know where those names came
I
from. Like, you
know.
sit down with the band, like, okay, who thought of this name? These look so cool. That sounds fun. And
Yes.
of course, Rex, beautiful performance
Yes,
space.
and we love that original music right from Southern Maryland.
Yep. You got to get down there. Monday, March 25th. It's the only Monday event we have. Everything else
Okay.
is on Hoppin' Saturday. Celebrate Maryland Day at the state's birthplace. Now, if our trivia master, Carlton, was here, I'd say, what is the state's birthplace? It's Maryland Day. The public is encouraged to celebrate the founding of Maryland at the state's birthplace, St. Clements Island. St. Clements Island Museum is going to offer a full day of fun that day from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. They're going to have, ready, free museum admission, kids' activities, free water taxi rides. How cool is that, right?
Okay.
That's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Lighthouse tours. I love lighthouses.
Yes.
A food truck and special exhibits. Be there.
Next, on Saturday, March 23rd, there's an Easter egg hunt at Grace's Event Center in Waldorf. There's going to be Easter egg hunt and prizes, spring games and fun, food vendors, kid-friendly vendors, Easter basket making family photos and selfie stations, and just all the Easter fun.
Are they hard-boiled or raw?
Painted and plastic.
Oh, okay. Saturday, March 23rd. Oh, what a surprise, right?
Ooh.
8 a.m. This is short and sweet. Otter Mania 5K.
Ooh.
Now, what do you think that refers to?
The otters, like,
At Calvert Marine
those
Museum,
cute
right?
little guys.
Starts and ends at Calvert Marine Museum, 5K.
Yeah.
I don't think the otters actually run with you.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't
No,
think so.
because
But
they
you
have
can
short
probably
little
go see 'em.
legs. That's why.
Yeah,
If you go in the museum,
that's
you
the
can see them.
only reason why they won't be in
Oh,
that run.
otters are awesome.
Next, on that same day, Saturday 23rd, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., there's pictures with our Easter pup at Earthwise Pet. And that's in Leonardtown. It's family pictures with your pets and your kids, which, how interesting.
I love
that.
Easter. Easter's awesome.
I love Easter.
I mean, for religious aspects, awesome. Fun and games, awesome. Just love it.
It's a great holiday.
Yeah, definitely. Saturday, March 23rd. Boy, I wish there was something to do on March 23rd, huh?
I know.
Okay,
Ugh.
7 to 9 p.m. Well, you do all the fun stuff during the day. Then at
That's
7
true.
to 9 p.m.,
Got
you
something
go
to
to
do.
the JOGO Project, which is at the Nancy R. and Norton T. Dodge Performing Arts Center in St. Mary City at the college. The JOGO Project is a Washington, D.C.-based band that blends jazz, funk, R&B, rock, pop, go-go music. When do you ever hear go-go music?
I
right?
know.
They're going to perform. They
Okay.
combine these styles to make a fresh, healthy blend of music that will keep you on the dance floor. So you want to definitely save a little energy for Saturday night and go see them.
Yeah, sounds so intriguing. The
Mhm.
go-go. That's what makes me go,
Yeah.
oh, I need to a go-go. No, that was bad. That was
Go-go
I'm
dance in 60s,
I'm
man.
ashamed
Cool.
of myself for that joke. Finally, on my end of things, on March 23rd from 2 to 5 p.m., there's the Show 2024 Showcasing the Future. And that is at Southern Maryland Kess. Says that it has a talent hunt at St. Charles High School Auditorium in Waldorf. The talent hunt program is one of Omega Sci-Fi Fraternity's national projects. The program is open to students in grades 6 through 12. It's for students who are Southern Maryland residents with abilities in the creative and performing arts. And it's free.
Free?
So go do that.
There's no reason not to go to that. I mean, you can't even say,
Absolutely.
I can't afford it. You can go.
You
Okay.
gotta go.
March 23rd, of course, 6:30 p.m. The Soul Men, Blues Brothers cover band.
Oh.
And there's a picture of them on Facebook. They look exactly like John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd.
Oh, how fun.
It's very cool. It's at the White Rose in Callaway. You have to be 21 or older to attend, so Lindsay can't go. From their knuckle tattoos to their signature hat and sunglasses, the Soul Men impersonate Jake and Elwood to perfection. Join them for a night of music, dancing, and fun. Food and drinks will be available for purchase. Doors open at 6:30 with a DJ providing music to get the party started. The show begins at 7:30 with an all-night open dance floor. All right, so is that enough stuff for you to do on this week?
I think it's more than enough. All right, well, that brings us to the end of this episode. If you like this podcast and you want to know how you can support us in an absolutely free way, all you got to do is like, comment, and share this video anywhere you see it. And go follow and like us on all of our social medias, which will be right here on the screen.
And if you find this funny to watch, you can send it to your friends who are not in Southern Maryland, and they can see how much fun we have down here. And then people will say, you know, Martha, let's get the kids in the car and we'll go down to Southern Maryland. We'll have some fun on March 23rd. Yeah, they will say that. I know it for sure. So tell your friends, no matter where they live.
As always, thank you so much for joining us, you beautiful human beings, on the Arts Fam Podcast. We'll see you next week.
Take care.